What's up, guys? Let's talk about relationships. Monogamy versus polyamory. So, monogamy is loving one person and being with one mate, right? Polyamory is loving more than one person and being with more than one mate. So, which is correct? Is love limited to just one person? If you think about your parents, for example, do you say, if I love mom, I can't love dad? Or if you have more than one child, do you say, if I love one child, then that means I can't love the other child just as much? I mean, that sounds pretty ridiculous, right? But in terms of romantic relationships, we set that limitation that it's not possible to love more than one person. And that could come from, societal programming, your culture, your religion, all these legal reasons. If you look at the history of marriage, for example, marriage is really not even about love. If you look far back enough, you'll see that a lot of it is about legal issues, about land ownership and property ownership and family alliances, and a lot of the marriages were arranged. So a lot of what we think is about love is really not even about love. And if you look at the history of human civilization, for example, you'll discover that a lot of cultures and civilizations had multiple partners and had kids from different mates. And I'm not here to say that people should or shouldn't have multiple partners or have open relationships. People can do whatever they want. I mean, I know people who are in committed relationships, but they date other people, and they have permission from their spouse to do it. And some of them maybe even have sexual encounters with like multiple people with their own partner. And if that works for them, who am I to say? I mean, I'm not into that myself, but I don't see anything wrong with it as long as the people who are engaging in these types of relationships, they all are consenting adults and they agree on what they're doing and they're happy doing it, So if people want to do some freaky shit with whoever and they have another person who wants the same thing, what's wrong with that, really, if you think about it, right? So, that's all I'm trying to say is that, we get into this idea that people cheat. And so if you have a person who wants multiple partners and they're stuck with the person who wants to monogamy, then that's going to be unhappy for both parties involved, right? Where if the person who wants monogamy can just get somebody else who wants the same, and the person who wants polyamory can do the same, they can find somebody else who agrees to do the same thing, and then there's nothing wrong, right? But we have a society that judges people based on what the moral standard is. So for example, a guy sleeps with multiple people, then he's like a stud. But if a woman does it, or if a woman likes sex, that's enough to, why is she a slut or a hoe or all these other, negative labels, which I don't agree with, by the way, because it's a double standard. But, we have a lot of these attachments about, what is proper. And a lot of it is, like I said, it's because of society and religion and all these other legal reasons why the government and marriage and it's just a fucking mess. But if you think about it from a deeper level, we're all meant to connect with people, and we're all meant to be connecting with many people. So even for people who are monogamous, whether they're married or they're in a committed relationship, most people don't stay with one partner for their whole life, right? So you're in a committed relationship for a few years or whatever, and then maybe you break up and then you meet somebody else. So technically, that's not really monogamy either, right? If you want to loosely look at the definition. So, that's just some thoughts I want to throw out there. If you want to leave some comments below, I'd love to hear about it. Thanks for watching.